I know that my aunt didn't have any repercussions for Cuddles and Dee Dee. They both had infections that set in. Dee Dee was already on a pacemaker, and it was hard on her heart trying to get up and move. And you know, it's all I can say is that you know, I've had some friends who resort back to their old ways because it's comfortable. And
I understand. Tell me about some of your lifestyle changes. You say that some of them reverted back to their old ways, but you haven't. You have great habits now. Tell me about some of the. I mean, I see you drinking water now, and that's so foreign to me. Because you never used to drink water. Tell me about some of the things that have changed in your life since the surgery.
I mean, yes, I definitely drink more water now. I do have a faithful regimen for breakfast of drinking 8 ounces of liquid protein. I have mixed it up with Carnation Instant Breakfast. That's also protein. I don't like milk, so I at one point was drinking almond milk with the Carnation Instant Breakfast, so that was giving me a little calcium, but not enough. So I would say that my biggest thing is that I do drink my protein for breakfast, and I also try to do some type of workout. In terms of cooking, in the beginning, they encourage you to eat things that are more soft, like not drowned in gravy, but with some gravy. And I never adhered to that. I started doing things like using cream of mushroom soup, cream of chicken soup, cream of shrimp, which I had never heard of. And you know, those creamy soups are, good for making things go down a little easier. They fill you up some, and they can be flavorful. I use more things that are fresh, like actual cloves of garlic instead of garlic powder. I never used garlic salt. And I try and look for spices that are the spice, not the salt version of the spice. If I get a meat tenderizer, it doesn't have salt in it. And then I definitely am really big on making things in my crock pot, because they tend to get softer. A pot roast will get softer in a crock pot than it will in the stove. In the stove, it may tend to dry out some. So I believe that my biggest things that I've changed are drinking my protein every day. I have boosted up on my fiber. I recently started eating Kashi Lean cereal. Gosh, these will all be great sponsors for you. But Kashi Lean, they have great cereal, toasted almond berry something, toasted berry crunch or something like that. It has as much protein as egg. I never was a big egg person, but I do like to scramble a couple of eggs for breakfast sometimes, because another thing, you have to mix it up or else you will get bored on any diet. And, again, since this is a lifestyle change, not a diet, I tend to do more things in terms of protein. So if I have pizza, I just eat off the toppings. I don't eat the crust. People look at me like I'm crazy. I don't care. The crust will fill me up. If I have Thai food, I'm eating the vegetables and the meat more so than the rice, because rice, potatoes, all those carbohydrates, they fill up your pouch. They expand in your pouch, especially if you're drinking water along with it. And you do not want to be full from something so empty, and starches and carbohydrates are empty calories, and although they may fill you up for the moment, they won't give you energy. They'll weigh you down, whereas protein will fill you up and give you energy. So, I definitely do my protein. I have started incorporating yogurt with my protein shakes to give myself more calcium. I don't get enough calcium, and that's one of my biggest downfalls.
Tell me about some food sacrifices that you really miss. I know when we were talking last night, I was telling you that I was munching on some chicken breast, and you said to me, enjoy it while you can, because that may be something you're going to have to give up after surgery. And you taught me something. You said chicken is one of the meats that dries out as you chew it. No matter how moist it is when you first get in your mouth, it dries out. So what are some of the other foods that you really, you haven't been able to tolerate since the surgery?
I am now almost 4 years out, so I can do chicken, but not chicken breast. I do miss that because I used to love grilled chicken breast on a salad.
Right.
I miss ice cream. There are times that I'll eat ice cream and just deal with the repercussions after, but I do miss ice cream. It immediately makes me sick. I really miss cranberry juice because as surprising as it is, cranberry juice is very sweet, and it immediately makes me sick, to the point where I'm vomiting. And sometimes I can mix it with my protein and some water, and it doesn't bother me as bad, but if I drink it straight, I'm sick for a couple of hours.
Wow.
So I do miss cranberry juice. That's about it. I really, right after the surgery, when I was in my baby stage, as I called it, then I ate a lot of grits. So it's been almost 4 years. I have not gotten back to grits because, I just ate so much of it that now it's, hominy grits, things like that.
Yeah.
So I don't miss it because it makes me sick, just because I got sick of it. So, but other than that, at this point, I can almost eat just about anything. I don't do a lot of sweets because they can make me sick. But, I can eat some candy, like hot tamales. Unfortunately, I like. And they don't make me sick. Peppermint is a candy that I can eat and tolerate, and it settles my stomach when I don't feel good. So I tend to keep some things around, like Junior Mints, because it's dark chocolate, and that's an antioxidant that's good for your heart, and the mint settles my stomach. Also, York peppermint patties. All of these are some great sponsors, But
all right. We'll work on it. I want to talk a little bit about me and my weight gain. At the top of our conversation, you talked about how you were a little fat baby and a little chunky girl, and you carried weight all your life. And your twin and I were standard size. Tell me what it was like for you the first time you saw me and you realized, wow, Angie is fat. Angie is. What was that like for you? Since I had been thin my whole life, and then one day you saw me, and that was
definitely. After the birth of my second niece, you didn't take off the weight as quickly and efficiently as you did after the first niece. But as you progressively put on weight, it was shocking when I would see you, just because I know how weight can sneak up on you. You tend to carry your weight mostly in your stomach, but I know that as we get older, our metabolism begins to get slower. But I also know that, when you have a more relaxed schedule, you can tend to eat, snack more. I guess in the times that I've been around you, I've noticed that the things that you choose as a snack, I wouldn't choose. I would have back, before, but I wouldn't at this point. There are healthy snacks that can fill you up. You did have some good things, like you had some pistachios, and nuts are always a great protein. But definitely in terms of your vanity and growing up, Mary Kay consultant, and being someone who always presented herself as proud of her appearance, and you still do. It is, very different to see that you have gained weight. And I am aware that a combination of the medicines that you've been on and your age, and then also your more sedentary lifestyle have contributed to that. So I understand it from being, there before. I just look forward to the day when it's not prohibiting your health and your movement, your mobility. And definitely, 350 in closing, these gastric bypass memoirs will definitely be something that you'll look back on, just as I look back on the movies and the pictures and things like that of me, and think, wow, how did I get there? How did how did it sneak up on me? And you'll remember, because, in the moment, you don't think about it. When you're in a bad relationship, you don't think about it being bad because you don't want to admit that perhaps you've made a mistake. And a bad relationship with food can definitely, as much as people don't want to think about it in that way, when you're in a bad relationship with food, you don't want to let that friend go, because even though you know that it's not doing you the great things that it should do for you, fuel you, give you energy, be the sustenance of life, it turns into your comfort blanket, your friend, or a Saturday night date, and things like that. You don't want to think about that in the midst of it, because it's depressing. So I know that when you go back and look after you have severed your ties from this bad relationship with food, then you'll appreciate some of the things that we're talking about now.
The Real Business Network and Design Group is a web development company who combines professional web designs, networking, and advertisement in one package. We have a great reputation for working one-on-one with clients, capturing their ideals by way of graphics, visual communication, content writing, and much more. For more information, log on to www.therealbiz.net or call us at 1-866-462-2811.
Inspirational, uplifting, positive music. The Real Biz Media is a unique recording studio with over 25 years experience in the music industry. We offer professional studio recording along with original music for the artist, songwriter, affordable rates, installment plan, and much more. For more information, log on to www.therealbizmedia.net or call us at 1-866-462-2811.
350 in closing, a gastric bypass story. How did I get here? Where am I going? What am I closing in on? I don't even know. I'm trying to figure it out. I pray that there's something in my story that you can keep with you and really just retain in case you yourself going through something and you need to know that you're not by yourself. 350 in closing, a gastric bypass story, my story. Come on and go along with me.
Has life got you down? Do you feel like you're in a dark place? Suffering from loss of job, loss of loved ones, most of all, loss of self and loss of God? If so, allow me to introduce to you my book. Hi, my name is Dawn Martin, also known as Dazzle, and I am the writer of Fill My Cup. God has given me such a wonderful gift with this. It blessed me on my journey back from the dark side. I too suffered a major loss with the loss of my mother, and from that was a 2-year depression. God gave us Fill My Cup so that we can heal, so that we can motivate and empower one another out of the dark place. The devil is a lie. Only God has control over our life destiny. And Fill My Cup will help you to reclaim, rejuvenate, and restore your life. Let God fill your cup. Allow Him to bring you back from the dark side. Trust me, I know it works.
Tell me about some of your milestones. You know, I have a friend, and it's funny that you brought up Mary Kay, because when I first became a Mary Kay beauty consultant, there was a very popular consultant in our area. Her name was Berkey. And she was the epitome of a jovial, big woman. I mean, she was big, bold, beautiful, Southern, and just totally just, she was it. She was it. And makeup was always stunning. You know how we can really do up our makeup when we got, you know, when we got cheekbones and features. And in July, Berkey had the Roux-en-Y procedure. And she sent me a text message 2 days ago that said she's already down 98 pounds. You know, and this is pretty much the end of January. So she's lost about 100 pounds in this time frame. And she's marking periods of her life where she can say, okay, I'm 6 months out, I'm a year out. Tell me about some of those plateaus that you reached when you finally realized, hey, I'm really losing weight, or I've lost 50 pounds, or I've lost 100 pounds. Tell me something about those times.
The first time I got on the scale after the surgery was 2 weeks later, and I had lost 25 pounds. It was shocking to even the nurse that was weighing me, and you know, I know that most of it was water. You know, that's something I've learned in the past from different weight loss surgeries. But 25 pounds in 2 weeks was an extraordinary loss to me. And after that, I was progressively losing between 12 and 25 pounds a month. My doctor appreciated that it was coming off slower versus faster because, you know, if it's too fast, it can be a shock to your heart. And also, if it's coming off way too fast, it can change your appearance a lot. So I definitely, I remember that by my 4-week mark, which was when I came down to see you, I think by then I had lost about 40 pounds, and, you know, it was something I had taken 6 weeks off work, and by the time I went back to work, people truly had noticed the 50 pounds that I had lost in 6 weeks. By the time I was celebrating my dad's 65th, or I remember his birthday, which was in July of 2008, and we were going on a little cruise ship around the city, and I, at that point, had lost 60 pounds, and I remember that vividly because of a crack that my grandmother made. But anyway, I charted for a while how my weight loss was going, and then I stopped looking at the numbers and started looking at my clothes. So whereas I started as a 32, size 32, and I was creeping towards a 34, by the time I got to my birthday, I was, which is in August, I believe I was a size 20, I think. So, and, you know, at that time, I was walking a lot. I was you really can't eat. So I would eat what was necessary. I would, drink 4 ounces of my protein drink, and I was diligently doing my water aerobics. So it was coming off more so in inches than pounds. And so that's what I was paying attention to, is the clothes. And, as much as people think it's not, that it's not a bad thing to have to go shopping for a new wardrobe, it is when your dress size is changing every couple of months.
Right.
It can be expensive.
Mm-hmm. I remember talking to you, and you were telling me that you were at work and your clothes were just hanging off of you. And, I remember that.
And that definitely, it gives the appearance of sloppiness. And even as a very large woman, I was never sloppy. So wearing things that were too big, that were hanging off me, it was sloppy and not a good thing. So,
all right, tell me about some of the procedures that you're looking forward to having. We were joking the other day about our aunt, who was the first in the family to have the procedure. And my grandmother was telling me about how the skin on her stomach was just hanging off of her, just hanging. And so tell me about some of the skin removal procedures and the lifting and the tightening. Tell me what you're looking forward to next.
Well, I recently, a couple of months ago, I consulted with a plastic surgeon. The biggest thing that I'm looking forward to having removed is the skin on my stomach, which I call my apron, because it hangs like an apron. It's around my waist, and it hangs down like an apron. It is getting to the point, as I am still losing, that it is hanging and it's pulling on my back. So I'm looking forward to that. It's also causing rashes in different areas. So I'm really looking forward to having that removed, because at this point I still find myself having to wear body contouring items such as a girdle or control top pantyhose. And though they give the appearance of a flat stomach, I really am just a gushy, I have a gushy apron. So I'm looking forward to that being removed. The plastic surgeon consulted in terms of lifting and contouring my breasts, because I have a lot of skin hanging on my breasts that's coming from my back, those back breasts, as I used to call them, and that's also pulling down on my waist. So on my back. So having my breasts lifted and made a more workable size, and having the skin removed from my stomach, which would encompass the little bit of skin that is between my thighs and right over my pelvic area. I'm looking forward to those changes. And I'm trying to get insurance to understand it's not cosmetic, that it is an uncomfortable medical necessity.
Do you have a music ministry that needs artist management, booking, promotions and marketing, and retail distribution? Have you prayed for an affordable way to elevate your ministry with the tools to make it happen? If so, I'm looking for you. My name is Primus Terry Green Jr., and I am the CEO of Phase 7 Music Ministry. I'm headed out this summer to visit cities to find ministries such as yours, to sign singers, songwriters, producers, groups, musicians, and dancers. I want to work with you to elevate your ministry. Visit the chosentour.com for more information on our tour stops and location. Let's get started. I know that you want to be chosen to be another PG Entertainment Group Phase 7 Urban Music Artist.
For more information, dial 404-969-2765. Hey there, family. It's your girl, Angie B, your host of the hottest home hotspot. And this summer, Angie B presents the concert you don't want to miss.
Radio, women are being disrespected in the streets. I'm telling you, God made our women beautiful.
Mama handing the Bible, he push it to the side. Hop in the ride, headed to the west side. Mama on her knees every night.
Yeah. Make way for Godzilla.
Death in the power of the tongue. Life and death in the power of the tongue. What you speak, you sow. I want to seek the Lord and turn from my wicked way.
September 11th, survey say we losing them by 8.
This summer, Angie B presents Big City, Blacklight, Psy, Evidence 322, Keisha Dream, and Zion. The concert you don't want to miss. Log on to thechosentour.com.
Has life got you down? Do you feel like you're in a dark place? Suffering from loss of job, loss of loved ones, most of all, loss of self and loss of God? If so, allow me to introduce to you my book. Hi, my name is Dawn Martin, also known as Dazzler, and I am the writer of Fill My Cup. God has given me such a wonderful gift with this. It blessed me on my journey back from the dark side. I too suffered a major loss with the loss of my mother, and from that was a 2-year depression. God gave us Fill My Cup so that we can heal, so that we can motivate and empower one another out of the dark place. The devil is a lie. Only God has control over our life destiny. And Fill My Cup will help you to reclaim, rejuvenate, and restore your life. Let God fill your cup. Allow Him to bring you back from the dark side. Trust me, I know it works.
You know me better than anybody else in the family. You are you're the closest person to me. After I have the procedure, how do you think my life is going to be different?
Well, definitely, I would hope that living in Florida, you will take more advantage of living in Florida. If I could open my blinds and show you the 4 inches of snow that's falling out here right now, I hope that in that beautiful complex that you live in, that you will take advantage of going to swim.
Yeah.
Even though you don't have an indoor pool, there's only maybe 2 weeks out the year that, you wouldn't be able to be out in the outdoor pool.
That's
and also
for sure.
That you would not be as sedentary. One of the things that I'm proud of myself about is there are so many times when at my job before, I used to call people, will you please bring me a cup of water? And now I will literally get up, run to the kitchen, get my own water, and get back before the phone rings. And why I'm proud of myself about that is because not only do I get up and do it, but I'm not coming back to, and the kitchen is nowhere from my desk. So, I know that you will move more. I also, know that in your change of cooking and eating, smaller portions that will fill you up, that will also promote my niece to eat smaller portions, so that, we don't have to have this conversation with her at 40-something, whether she wants to have that surgery. And I think the biggest improvement to your life will be the money you save on the medicine that you won't need anymore. And that truly will be the biggest thing.